Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is inspired by the Moulin Rouge. Now this movie was one of my favorites growing up. I had it completely memorized. So today I just wanted to do an homage, what I would look like if I was in the Moulin Rouge, how I would do my makeup. So if you want to see how to get this gorgeous vintage pin-up Moulin Rouge style makeup, then just keep watching. Okay, so starting off with a clean face, we're gonna go right into the eyebrows. I am using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade in the shade Caramel. This just gives you really defined brows, and I really want them to be that sharp, angular, vintage style of brow. Film is set in 1899, so we really need some old school looking brows. So what I'm gonna do here is extend the end of my brow longer. This just gives that elegant, I don't know, I feel like it's that Nicole Kidman brow. Just really elongate it. And I'm making it very defined and keeping it quite thin. No bushy eyebrows in this time period. Everything would have been very structured. So just filling that in as much as you need or don't need depending on your own eyebrows. Voila. Here are both of them looking really nice. Then going in with the P. Louise eyeshadow base. This is just a nude eyeshadow base. It's a cream product. This will erase any veins on your eyelids, any discoloration, and it will also prep your eyelids for eyeshadow, making the eyeshadows look deeper in color, making sure the eyeshadows don't crease. So it's just a really good step if you're doing any kind of intricate or dramatic eyeshadow look. So just blending that out all over my eyelid, all the way up into my brow bone. Then I'm going to be using some tape. So just taking some Scotch tape, putting it on the back of my hand to make sure it's not so tacky, just a little bit sticky. And then I put that from my lower lash line kind of up to the tail of my brow bone, just at a really high angle to get a nice sharp eyeshadow look. As you can see, like so. Also going to do that on the other eye as well, obviously. This is going to just give us a really sharp cat eye, which is what I'm going for here. Taking a matte white eyeshadow, this is by Makeup Geek, they no longer make it, but any matte white eyeshadow will do. This just sets that base we put on and also lifts the eyebrow. So it kind of gives you a eye lift. It really just accentuates the brow, gives you a nice lift, and gives you a good base to blend all the rest of your shadows onto. I always do this, even in the inner corner as well. Now going in with a Natasha Denona Glam palette. Taking this shade that is called Transition. This is just a neutral, really kind of creamy beige. This is going in the upper crease with a big fluffy brush. We're really going to be layering up matte brown shades. And so I just start with the lightest color and I build up. So again, this big fluffy brush, windshield wiper motions back and forth, just hitting the tape because the tape is there to help us. So if you brush onto the tape, that is exactly what it's there for. So yeah, I'm just going back into that color. As you can see, it's almost just like a one step darker than my skin tone in a taupe shade. So now this shade is called the crease shade, and I'm putting this more directly in the crease. So this is a more medium neutral tone brown. Taking that same brush though, but just focusing more color lower in the crease so that it's a nice transition of all these different shades of brown. Just go back and forth and really build that up and just blend that out as you go. It's funny, for the Moulin Rouge, most of the songs, if not all the songs, are covers. And I watched it when I was so young and I didn't realize that they were singing like Elton John songs. I thought they just made up these songs for the movie. Now going into a deeper brown shade, taking a smaller crease brush and really focusing this on the outer corner and then brushing the remainder of the product into my crease. So we're really building up that cat eye. So most of the color of the eyeshadow is on the outer corner, and then you're just gently dragging the rest into the crease. A little bit on the outer corner of the lid as well. Again, using that tape to just make sure we get that perfect cat eye wing. Now going in with this, which is outer lid, and it's just kind of like a metallic smoky gray brown color. Any kind of smoky color will do, gray, brown, and I'm just putting this on my eyelid in the outer third of my eyelid and then blending it a little bit up into the crease, but really just focusing it on the outer third of my eyelid. As you can see here, again, working on that outer V. Just the same on the other side as well, packing it onto the lid and just starting slowly and building up that color. Then taking my fluffy brush and just blending all those edges together. We don't want any harsh lines, except for the cat eye on the side, but in the crease we don't. Now going into this beautiful shimmer shade. This is like a silvery champagne shade. It's really pretty. You don't need to use this palette. Any just kind of shimmery, silvery, white shadow will do. It just gives that Nicole Kidman sexy performer. I just think it's a classic kind of dance competition look. This is really what we're going for here. So I just pack that up with my finger and then blend that out with my blending brush. Then I'm taking a matte black, any matte black eyeshadow will do, and I'm taking a really small defining brush and just putting this on the outer V. So a little bit in the crease, a little bit on the eyelid, really just making this V pop. Again, build this up slowly. I'm so fair, black looks very harsh on me, but you can do it if you just do it in a small way. So just slowly building this up, using that tape to kind of anchor you, and just put that in the outer corners. And blend and start slow. That's the only way to do it. Then going in with a Kat Von D tattoo liner. This is a liquid liner. And I'm just going to do a nice thin line with a bold cat wing. And I'm going to use the tape to get that wing shape. So as you can see here, I've just lined my lids. And then I'm going to pull a little bit and just go up the tape, right where the tape line is. And then bring it back and connect it to my eyelid. That's the best way I can describe it. But do your eyeliner however you like. I just think a nice, thin, sharp wing is perfect for this look. So I just take my time. I go pretty far into the inner corner with it. And then just make sure it's just a nice, thin, sharp line. Now I'm going to remove the tape. And you can see here how sharp everything really does look. Look at that. That is sexy, in my opinion. So both sides, just remove the tape. Perfect. Be nice and gentle with that. Now going in with the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. I pretty well use this every time I do my makeup. It just really makes your makeup last a lot longer. So I just put that all over my face and let it sit for about 30 seconds. Then going in with the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. This is one of my favorites. It is a light to medium coverage. It looks natural on the skin. It lasts a very long time. And I'm going to blend that out with the BK Beauty foundation brush. I love this brush as well, by the way. It really packs a punch and adds a lot of coverage to your foundations. So just put that all over. Definitely the paler the better for this century, but work with what you got. Then I'm going to go in with the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer and just conceal under my eyes and kind of any blemishes. This is in the shade Vanilla. Again, one of my favorite concealers. I love this. I put it around my nose. Any blemishes. It's just a really versatile concealer that has minimal creasing and just looks really nice on the skin. Now I'm going to blend that out with the Real Techniques Beauty Sponge. You can also use a brush for this, whatever you have. Now going in with the Fenty Matchsticks in Amber. This is a cool toned contour shade. I definitely want to be quite contoured. So I'm just drawing this on my jawline, temples, forehead, cheekbones, everywhere you want to be contoured. And then I blend that out with this cream blending brush from Sephora. We just want that snatched face that looks like we've been performing all day and all night. We're starved, probably just for attention though. So just blend that out, take your time with it. Now going in with the Tower 28 Beach Please Cream Blush in the shade Magic Hour. This is just a beautiful pinky nude shade. It's just a really natural shade. I didn't want the blush to be too overpowering, but definitely a really nice flush. And I've pretty well used this every day. I love this color. So just packing that on, building it up, keeping it really high on my cheekbones, and just putting it everywhere. Again, this is like stage makeup really, so you want that blush to show through. Now going in with the Givenchy Prism Libre powder. This is the rose shade. I love this. I take this little powder puff, dip it in, take any excess off the back of my hand, and then I set my under eyes with this. I have been loving this powder. It just gives you a perfect airbrushed, flawless finish. It's not matte, but it's luminous and it does set your makeup. It is a game changer in my opinion. even though it is expensive. So I just put this everywhere I have concealer. So under my eyes, around my nose, where my largest pores are, kind of right at my apples on my cheeks, any blemishes that I wanted to cover on my chin, really everywhere. This is definitely a matte look, not so much a glowy look, dewy look. You can even cut your cheekbones a little bit with this just to kind of make the color on top of that pop even more and just really give you that contoured look. I'm doing it here again, as you can see, just kind of baking underneath the cheekbones. Just makes it sharp. Now this is the Patrick Ta blush and She's Blushing. I'm just taking the powder blush. Again, this is just kind of a terracotta pinky beige color. I just wanted that flush. I didn't want anything too pink, too peach. This is kind of just like neutral, looks like you are just blushing, and I'm just putting a healthy dose of this on my cheeks. I do love this blush. Now I'm just taking those same matte brown shades that we used on our eyelids, and I'm putting them underneath my eyes. So on my lower lash line, this is the crease shade, just that medium matte brown, and I'm just blending that and kind of smoking out my lower lash line. Just build it up nice and slow again, and then I'm taking that shimmery gray brown color, and I'm just putting that on the outer corners of my lower lash line. I decided I need a smaller brush, so I'm taking a smaller pencil brush to do this. And I'm really matching it with the bottom of my liquid eyeliner so it all looks like kind of one solid line. It connects, you know? Now I'm going to take the Makeup by Mario Perfect Brown eyeliner, and I'm going to put this in my lower waterline. You could use black for this. It might be sexier, but for me, black is just a little bit harsh, so I'm just putting this very, very deep brown and smudging that up. And then I'm also putting that in my tight line, which will make your eyelashes look fuller. I'm going to curl my eyelashes. I never skip this part. Apply some mascara. This is the Maybelline Sky High, but any mascara will do. We're just putting a thin layer on before we put lashes. So I do that on the top and the bottom. Adding a little highlighter. This is the Dior Backstage highlighting palette. This is the white shade I'm using. Again, I just want to kind of glow, and I just think I'm so fair that white shade really works well for me. So just on the high points of my cheeks and the inner corners of my eyes as well, just to really make your eyes pop. And then on the brow bone, I'm going to add a little bit just to add that glow and to really lift the brow bone. Onto lips. This is the NYX lip liner in Hot Red. I'm just lining them as I normally would, and then really trying to make that Cupid's bow nice and dramatic and pointy. Just fits the time period. The turn of the century, pointy lips. Now going in with the Maybelline Superstay Vinyl Ink in the shade Red Hot. The lip liner was Hot Red, and the lipstick is Red Hot. This is the best drugstore red if you want a shiny red. This, once it sets, will not budge. It is perfectly kiss-proof, smudge-proof. It's actually shocking. Going in with lashes, these are the Kiss Little Black Dress lashes. They are full and dramatic, and I love them. Now I've decided to take it one step further and add a little beauty mark. I had a little pimple on my cheek, and I just felt the need to do this. You can skip this, but I don't know why. A little beauty mark just makes the look feel so vintage. I guess that's the Marilyn Monroe effect, but I love it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. Subscribe and leave some comments down below about what musicals or movies I should do next. Bye!